Hey everyone, this is Ole Sharanki from Laddering Your Success, and you're listening to the LYS Podcast.
You parents that need to hear this, my name is Festus Amoye from Laddering Success. And so today we're going to talk about steps for success, role models, choosing role models your children should follow, right? So right now there's a shortage of role models in the world, okay? Regardless if you look to your left, if you look to your right, there just seems to be a shortage of leadership. And oftentimes this can have an effect on the way your child views themselves, right? Because you are who you follow. You are who you listen to. And sometimes with our kids, they could make some knucklehead decisions. And I know some of you parents are like, no, not my child. But listen, everybody's child needs somebody to look up to. And sometimes they choose them without you. So we're going to talk today about 9 rappers who actually went to college. And why is this important about these 9 rappers that went to college? Because oftentimes when you think about a genre like rap, if you think about a genre like hip hop, obviously some people think, oh, it's uneducated or it doesn't, there's no intelligence behind it. And so we're going to talk about first and foremost Childish Gambino, right, aka Donald Glover. So one of the most talented artists out there, actor, writer, comedian, rapper. He went to college. And why is that important? Because again, if your child's listening to this person, listening to their music, this person is going to have an influence on your child, right? And so the thing is, you kind of want to know, okay, is this person have they educated themselves? Have they really put any thought behind what they're doing, how they're doing it? Obviously, some people it's just about making money for them, right? Another person to consider is David Banner, right? So David Banner, obviously, we know him for some hood classics, some ghetto classics, right? And so the thing about David Banner is, if you look at him when he first started his rap career, go back and look at when he first started rap career to look at him now. He's producing films. He's acting in films. He's doing a lot of work. But one of the big things that you could tell a difference on is his personality. His personality is not the same. Yes, he's still very high energy. Yes, he's still very kind of in your face to a certain degree, depending on where you come from, how you feel about that. But the thing is, if you look at his demeanor, the way he articulates himself, the things that he talks about, right, they're totally different from when he first started rapping. And so it's important to let your child know that, look, life's about education and not just going to college, but being in an environment where education is happening. And so the thing is, these rappers made that decision to put themselves in an environment where education can happen. And so whether your kid wants to go to college, they don't want to go to college, just try to talk to them about what are you going to do to educate yourself. Because again, some of these rappers that we're talking about, if you look at their music and the change in their music over the time, or the quality of their music, it's very different from some of the other stuff that's out there, especially like the drill music and different kind of stuff like that. I don't even listen to drill music. I don't even know what drill music is. But next rapper up is Talib Kweli. Now, Talib Kweli is not as popular. He's a backpack rapper from the 2000s, and obviously he partnered with people like Kanye West and was rapping before Kanye West, and Kanye West made it bigger. So, but Talib Kweli is a very well-educated, very well-rounded rapper. Next, let's talk about J. Cole. J. Cole, he made it out of his mama's house, and he's always been grounded and down to earth, and he's another rapper who went to college. And let's go back to the person I was talking to about before Talib Kweli was Kanye West. We all know Kanye West. If you look at his albums, his first 2-3 albums were just about college, right? First and foremost, the College Dropout classic album. I love that album, right? I wish we had more old Kanye, as they used to say. But then his next album is The Late Registration, right? And so, a lot of his emphasis was on education in college. Okay, another person who recently graduated was Ludacris. Shout out to Ludacris. Luda, right? Move. Okay, I'm joking. But the great thing about Ludacris is not only did he go on to finish college, but he's encouraging others to do the same through his recent nonprofit. Chuck D, everybody knows Chuck D, especially if you're listening to early 1990s rap. Chuck D is kind of like a father of hip hop, right? And then another person who's actually very, very, very talented, last but not least, is Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav is a very well educated, very well-rounded individual. And so I just wanted to kind of put these people out there because why? Your your child, they either graduated, they're recently graduated, especially if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, and they're like, should I go? Should I not go? And this, you could use this as a talking point with your child, right? As you're having that conversation about whether they should go, whether they should not go. They'd be like, hey, who's your favorite rapper? Well, let me tell you about this one rapper, right? And y'all could listen to a song, and then you could be like, yo, did you know that person went to college? And then y'all could do some research together. You use Google, right, to kind of frame that conversation so you could reach to your child more, especially if they like rap. Now, if they like some other genre, I listen to a lot of genres, but I don't know. Usually people anticipate that those who do other music already went to college, right? But except for like rock and roll. Nobody critiques rock and roll people like they do rappers, but that's a whole nother story. So anyway, thanks for tuning in and listening to this episode of Steps for Success. And so I hope you found it very impactful for you. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you're watching this on like YouTube or something else, then give it a little thumbs up. Hit the share button for another person who needs to hear this, and hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can get more content from myself and the team at Laddering Success. So thank you so much. Listen, there are legitimate excuses for not going to college. There's no excuse for not getting an education. All right, be blessed.
Oh, you still there? Well, thank you so much for listening to the LYS podcast.